Hello YouTubers, Failure here and welcome to the 18th stage of this year's Le Tour de France, the Failure Way. The 18th stage takes us from Port to Haut-de-Camp. Halfway throughout the stage there's a little bump in the road called the Col du Tourmalet, and I think this stage will be tour defining. It will go down in tour history as one of the greatest stages ever. I just have a feeling. Today we're going to be seeing Christopher Froome, Vincenzo Nibali and Alberto Contador duke it out for the yellow jersey. And if Nibali and Contador has any dreams of taking this jersey, I know Tinkoff has, well then they need to take about 2 minutes on Froome in today's stage, because Froome is just that dominant in the time trial. It's going to be very exciting. Go get your snacks, because today's stage is going to be high paced and a lot of action. Make sure you go pee off, because you're not going to be able to do that during the stage. Welcome to the first live images of the 18th stage of this year's Le Tour de France, the Failure Way. We're starting off today's stage with live images, and yes, last stage I spoke of, there you can see all the stage. You can see from start to finish. You're going to see from Pau to Haut-de-Camp on today's stage. Yes, this is the stage where everything's going to get decided. At least that's what we're thinking here at the Failure Studios. And let's see who's going to go in the breakaway. We see Tinkoff Saxonbank is going in the breakaway. They're bringing Roach in the breakaway. There goes another Mari. They're also attacking away. Who else is going to go in? Brice-Feliu is off. They want to get in as well. What they call the Britannia is going to get in on this. Who else is going to try to get in the breakaway in today's stage? We could see something setting up, but already Tinkoff Saxonbank brought one rider to the breakaway, and now once again they're now bringing another rider to the front. Michael Rogers has gone to the front now, and he's going to join who's that Roach in the front, and they're going to be working together, it seems like. So Tinkoff Saxonbank has set the scene for today's stage. They want to try to work together and maybe set the scene for Alberto Contador. What's his name? Christopher Froome has the yellow jersey, so they are forced to pace. Not Tinkoff Saxonbank, but Sky is forced to pace, so we're going to see to do something. But in the breakaway, we have Giovanni Visconti, Jose Mendes, Cyril Gautier, Arnaud Moinard, Brice-Feliu, Nicolas Roach, and soon to be joined by, Michael Rogers. We do see Danny Pates at a decent pace, but it's good. And we're looking at something, we're looking at history in the making. I kept emphasizing this yesterday, that today's stage is going to be the biggest stage ever. And we're going over the very prestigious Col du Tourmalet. So we're gonna see a high pace, and what we're seeing currently with Roach and Rogers in the breakaway does mean that Tinkoff Saxonbank is gonna try to do something, and I expect Contador to try and bridge over on the Col du Tourmalet and use Roach and Rogers as teammates from Tourmalet to Haut-de-Camp, because it's a long and very dangerous downhill where you need to be protected by other riders. You just can't do it on your own, and that's what they're doing by bringing Roach and Rogers to the front. I doubt that neither of them are gonna pace. Why would they be pacing this group? They have no intention on winning today's stage. I mean, they could take small turns, but their main issue is just recuperating. They need to recuperate. We might see Rogers set a small pace to help the others, just to keep them together. You never like to see when a breakaway doesn't help each other, like when a breakaway don't help each other, because when that happens, they start to attack each other, and that's just not how it needs to work. A breakaway needs to be harmonious. They need to be in synchronization. They need to work together, not attack away from each other. That's how it's supposed to be. It's going to be very interesting though. The first climb of the day is called let's take a look at what it's called. It is called Côte de Benechoc, and it's category 3. Probably won't have much of a opinion, or don't have much to say in the stage because it's too early and it's not that steep. But the guys in the breakaway that do have any points in the King of the Mountains jersey is, well, Cyril Gautier, Visconti, but they all have 3 to 2 points. They're going to have a rough time taking that jersey away from the Tinkoff Saxonbank captain, Alberto Contador, who's leading that one with 85 points. But Froome and Nibali are just behind him, looking very good, but this jersey is going to be decided today. This is the last chance to take some huge mountain points, and there are 50 points to get on the what's called Haut-de-Camp. So the first guy over Haut-de-Camp gets 50 points. It is quite a lot, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of today's stage, if it's one of the 3 guys in the King of the Mountains jersey, is probably gonna wear the King of the Mountains jersey. I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say the winner of the King of the Mountains jersey will also be the winner of the yellow jersey. That is what I'm thinking. That's how it's gonna be in the end. That's what I'm thinking. In the breakaway though, it looks like they're all working together finally. After a few kilometers, we're looking at each other thinking, should I pace, should I not pace? What am I supposed to do with 2 Tinkoff Saxonbank riders up here? What are they trying to do? You never know, but we could definitely see something happen today's stage. Already now, we see the entire Tinkoff Saxonbank team sitting towards the front as the only team. Sky is also well placed in the front, and they have to. They have the yellow jersey, and it's just courtesy to set the pace for the other riders in the front. It's just, you're expected to set the pace. That's just unwritten rules in the Tour de France. If you follow the Tour de France enough, you know that these unwritten rules you just don't break, and it looks like the peloton is doing a good job keeping them. Meanwhile, in the front, Roach and Rogers working together to set a nice pace. The pace isn't this high in the breakaway, but when you bring a caliber of, if you bring a rider of Roach's caliber into the breakaway, you know they mean serious business. And Roach and Rogers will be helping in Contador on today's stage, I believe, because I can't see any other reason to bring them into the breakaway. Let's take a look at the top 10 currently in the GC. It is Froome in the yellow jersey. In second place, we have Vincenzo Nibali, 44 seconds behind. In third place, we have Alberto Contador, 50 seconds behind. In fourth place, Alejandro Valverde, 128 behind. Right behind him is Bauke Mollema at 153 behind. Then Jorge Rodriguez, not the best Tour de France, 209 behind. Then we have Pirot, Kwiatkowski, Richie Porte, and Scarponi. Jürgen van den Broek, Van Garderen, Pinot, Bardet, Frank Slake, not having their best Tour de France ever either. I mean, they'd be expected to be placed higher, but they are not. Meanwhile, now the breakaway is up to 6 minutes now, and it's looking good for the breakaway contenders. I think the winner of today's stage is going to be found in the peloton, though. I don't think it matters how much time these guys get, because Vincenzo Nibali and Alberto Contador are forced to try and do something on today's stage. I mean, they can't just let Froome have a minute on them, or basically 44 seconds and 50 seconds on them when they get to the time trial. It's just too much. We all know how good Froome is in the time trial. He showed that in the prologue on the Criterium Dauphiné. He completely beasted everyone with like 17 seconds on a 6-kilometer time trial. You just can't let that happen. You just can't. So they're forced to try and do something on today's stage, and I bet you they are going to try something, but who knows when. I also would have thought that Vincenzo Nibali would have brought a guy to the breakaway. I mean, we see a team of Saxo Bank obviously thought this through. Like, they know that what they have to do to win today's stage is this, and they're trying it right now. And you would have thought that Vincenzo Nibali and company would have done the exact same thing, and they have the riders to bring in the breakaway. They have Michel Scarponi, Jacob Fuglsang, Daniel Kanger, Louis Westra, all these guys they can potentially bring into the breakaway, but they decided not to, and they might be trying to set a high pace on the Tourmalet. That might be what's happening as well there. We could see that, but currently the breakaway's lead is growing and growing. It does look like Sky is not interested at all in setting the pace, and funny enough, Roach is gonna drive his way into top 10. Like, currently he's 24 minutes behind, and currently they have 8 minutes in the peloton, and if he needs to get 14 minutes to get into, no, you need to get 16 minutes to get into top 10. It's possible, but I doubt it. But it's definitely possible. Don't rule it out, though. I guess we went over the category 3, the Côte d'Ivoire, and Onod got 2 points, and Jose Mendes got 1 point. Doesn't really matter on the KL Mountains jersey. That one's pretty much down to Froome, Nibali, and Contador, as I said earlier. Meanwhile, down in the peloton, Danny Pate is doing a great job setting the pace, and with 100 kilometers to go, they're just getting ready. Like, people are talking, they're chattering, they're talking about the Tour de France. If we go to the back of the peloton, we see some of the riders, like, these are the guys like Rein Terame, Izagirre. These are the guys who won't be attacking today. They'll just have a cruise and just focus on finishing today's stage. But Izagirre could do something, like, you could help Valverde, so I guess you can't really compare Rein Terame and Izagirre, but definitely could do something. In the front, though, Michael Rogers is doing a good job for Roach. It looks like Roach is going to be the main helper in this breakaway. They could just go for stage victory. I mean, they could just realize that Contador is probably not going to beat Froome and just go for a stage victory, but I highly doubt that Oleg Tinkov, the man who said all the things in the interview, not trying anything on today's stage. So, I guess we're getting pretty close to the Tourmalet, and I think people are going to start to set up really soon. We have a category 4, an intermediate sprint, and then the fireworks are going to kick off. I mean, this is the Col du Tourmalet. It's one of the highest points in the Tour, and you have to use this mountain. It's not used as a finish this year, but it's used as a weakening. Like, they want to weaken people's legs and get ready for the Haut-de-Cam. This is 2 very big mountains and very crucial mountains, and it's basically your last chance if you're a GC contender who can't time trial. I mean, the guys who can time trial are Richie Porte, Christopher Froome, TJ Van Garderen, Nibali and Contador to an extent, but I would not put him in the same league as the other guys. Jean-Christophe Pirot can also time trial, but, you know, these other guys who I've not mentioned need to try to do something in today's stage. They can't just let these guys get that much time, so I bet you we're going to see something from them today. I mean, we got to see something for them. And we'll probably see a smaller favorites group try to go away on the Col du Tourmalet. But if that gets joined by Alberto Contador, then we could see some real fireworks in today's stage. That's going to be very interesting to see how that's going to work up the Tourmalet. It's going to be real cool, though. But this breakaway is not weak. Don't get me wrong, though. But they won't pace. These guys are all saying that Rogers has to pace. They expect a free ride since Team of Saxo Bank looks like they're not driving for the stage victory, so the other guys in the breakaway are like, well, you have to pace because we're going for the stage victory, but you have another, like, your finish line is not the same point as our finish line, so we're gonna try to keep some energy and just get ready for the end. That's what I think is going on in the breakaway. But down in the peloton, they're nearing the first or the second mountain climb of the day, but when we get near the intermediate sprint, the pace is gonna get tough in the peloton, and we could expect to see some riders try to go for it. Peter Sagan pretty much has that jersey in the bag, but he still might just follow the attacks just to make sure that nothing goes wrong. You never like to see if anything goes wrong in that jersey. We could see Sagan abandoning, but I doubt that's gonna happen. But you never know. I mean, one bad turn or one loose rock in the road, and then you're gonna be on the ground, and your dreams of whatever dream you had is gone. And that's how cruel the Tour de France is. The Tour de France is very cruel. It's not forgiving, and if you're just sleeping for 1 second, you're gonna regret it for the rest of your day or for the rest of your maybe life if you only have one chance, really. Like sometimes we see you only have one chance in these sort of stages, and if you don't take that one chance, you're just gonna be, I mean, to lack of other words, screwed. You're gonna be literally screwed if you miss your one opportunity. And it looks like Contador, Froome, and Nibali, this is like their last years. They've been dominating for a couple of years now, and now guys like Kwiatkowski, Nibali, not Nibali, sorry, Quintana, these guys are going up in the ranks. They're rising in the ranks. Their turn is coming up, and we're gonna see that pretty soon. So you better just get ready for this. I mean, this is like your last years. If you don't start to do something now, when are you ever expected to do anything in your career? So it's gonna be, I mean, we're gonna see something from them pretty soon, I would imagine. But that's just how, that's how I see it. Like, if Nibali doesn't go for it today, it's a wasted opportunity. And he's not exactly getting younger, Nibali. He's quite old, actually. So, if he doesn't decide to do something now, it could be very bad for him. And Lars Boom has suffered a puncture, but I doubt that Team Belkin will wait for him. He's not a crucial part to the puzzle today, and he will just try to cruise his way back to the peloton. Currently, the pace is not high in the peloton, and the breakaway, sorry, has 9 minutes. But here they go. Peter Sagan is on the right side. He's sprinting away, and John Degenkolb is not able to follow the pace. And Peter Sagan is going to take this intermediate sprint from the peloton, getting a couple of points. But I mean, it's basically over. This jersey is basically over anyway. So Peter Sagan, I think, just made it impossible for Cavendish to take it if he finishes. That's how I'm looking at it. If Peter Sagan finishes the Tour, he's gonna get the green jersey. That's how I'm looking at it currently. But we're getting pretty close to the Col du Tourmalet. Soon the fireworks are gonna start to kick off, and if you're not ready for this, you have like a few seconds to go get your chips, go get some water, go get whatever you're drinking, go get some food maybe. Just get ready, because once we hit the Tourmalet, it's going to be non-stop pacing, and I bet you, we're going to see GC contenders do something on Tourmalet. They need to try and shake up Froome. Froome is a big GC contender, and just look at him. He looks like a time trial machine. He's a threat to their chances to win the Tour, and if they don't do something about this, they're going to be in difficulties, I tell you that. But the breakaways gap is now going down. Sanio has gone to the front now. He's now setting the pace, but here they go now. They're getting really close to Col du Tourmalet, and we're going to see attacks. We're going to see attacks very soon. They're at the bottom of the Tourmalet. The breakaway has already started the Tourmalet. They're setting up the pace. Rogers is still keeping a nice pace with Roche. They're just working together. The breakaway is still in harmony, looking good. But down in the peloton, they're getting ready. You can feel the riders getting nervous now. They know what's about to happen. They know that they're hitting the Col du Tourmalet. And if these guys have any wishes of taking the yellow jersey, if they have any dreams of taking the yellow jersey, you have to claim your spot on the Tourmalet. I mean, we're going to see riders try to attack left and right up Tourmalet. We're going to see lesser known riders trying to get away. We're going to see bigger riders. We're going to see GC contenders. They all have to try and do something on this stage, because if they don't, they're going to be in difficulty, and it looks like they have hit it. It does look like the peloton now hit Col du Tourmalet, and the pace has been up. Rafael Majka has gone to the front now, and the pace has been set. Contador and Rafael Majka in the front now, setting the pace. They're getting ready for this. Yes, the peloton has accelerated. That's a hero of the race radio. The peloton has accelerated. They're getting ready now, but Contador has a set up. This is his dream scenario. He's got two riders in the front, and he's sitting in the front of the peloton as well. He's got Rafael Majka helping him. People are getting dropped from the back now. Ben Sharia, Lars Boom, they can't follow the pace anymore. Oh, they're getting ready for this now. They feel it happening. Oh my god, I'm so interested, guys. Yesterday I was speechless after the stage was over. And I feel like today is gonna be another one of those stages. Today, at the end of this day, you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, Yes, that just happened. That just happened. That is how you're gonna look back at it. And here they go now. They have hit that Tourmalet. They're going up Tourmalet, and Alberto Contador sitting the pace in the front. He wants to get separation already from the Tourmalet. Can he do it? He's got plenty of guys in the front to help him. He's got 7 minutes up to his teammates in the front now. But it's only 7% upwards though. But when a guy like Contador is setting the pace, you do not like this. This is gonna be a very tough day for some riders. We could see guys not making the time limit today. Froome is ready though. Froome is sitting up here. He is ready for attacks though, but so are they in the front. Rogers and Roach, they're just sitting ready for their captain Alberto Contador to make his gap up there. They've got 11 kilometers to the top of the Col di Tourmalet. Alberto Contador is trying to put the hood on, and we look at Sky, they're trying to do something. The guys aren't well placed. We see Nibali Rodriguez sitting here, so is Valverde and Malma, but Micah is doing such a good job. Micah is setting the pace in the front for Alberto Contador. He is trying to create separation, and Froome has been forced to fall now. It's Alberto Contador, Froome, and Micah going up the Tourmalet. It's already fireworks, guys. There was 60 kilometers to go. The big GC contenders have already given it their go. We have a 4-man group up here. It is Alberto Contador, Froome, Nieve, and Rafael Micah up here. They have already got a gap down to Nibali. This is one GC contender out of the picture already. Nibali is gone, but we have two men from two different teams up here. Rafael Micah and Alberto Contador, Mikel Nieve and Froome. And let's take a look at the time gap down to Nibali. They're not reacting. They've already got 2 minutes. This is crazy, guys. We're gonna see Froome and Nieve battle out Contador and Micah, but up in the front, Rogers and Roach are gonna help out Alberto Contador when he reaches up there though. Now I think they're gonna set up the pace a tiny bit because they need to be able to get over the mountain. Like Rogers and Roach will be used on the downhill more than the uphill. At least that's what I'm expecting. But this is crazy. Why is Rodriguez, Mollema, Van den Broek, Valverde, and these guys not reacting? Why is Nibali not reacting? Can they react? What's going on? They already have 3 minutes. We have a 4-man group out here having 3 minutes. I'm gonna tell you. The 2014 champion of Tour de France, the fairway, will be found in this group. That is what I'm saying. It is quite a bold prediction, but I'm calling it. I think that's what's going to happen, and it's going to be very exciting to see if that's actually going to pull through. They have 4 minutes on the peloton, and Alberto Contador is trying to shake off Froome, but Micah looks like he's done. Micah and Nieve both look like they're done. They can't follow the pace anymore, and now they're just going to have to set their own pace for the rest of the day. Try to hang on to this group, but Contador and Froome are sitting side by side now. They're going for it, but Froome waits. Contador's gotten a gap. Contador's gotten a gap, and he forces Froome to set the pace now. This is good for Alberto Contador. It's Froome versus Contador with 55 kilometers to go. The scene has been set. It is getting ready. You cannot sleep for 1 second. You're gonna miss the action. It's gonna be close, guys. Contador versus Froome with 55 kilometers to go. They've both been isolated, but in the front, Rogers and Roach are both ready. They've been sitting out there all day, getting ready to help Alberto Contador. It's gonna be real close. Who's it gonna be? Alberto Contador or Froome? But down the peloton, they're finally reacting. Nibali, Valverde, Malma, they're all going down the peloton. They have to attack. They realize that Contador and Froome have 7 minutes on them. This is just ridiculous. How did they ever let them get 7 minutes? This is just dumb. Now Froome is doing some of the pacing in this group. Froome realizes that Contador is a big threat, and he's doing some of the pacing in this group. He's trying to help Contador up there. Contador's got a VIP pass though if he gets to the top. If and when he gets to the top, he's got a VIP pass. He's got Rogers and Roach up there to protect him. But it looks like the GC is going to be between Contador and Froome. I seriously doubt the other guys can come back with a 7-minute deficit down to the main peloton and the main contenders. It's going to be close, so we're going over the Tourmalet. Who's going to be the first guy over? It does look like the first guy over is going to be Michael Rogers, and the second guy is going to be Nicholas Roach. But I kept telling you, I expected these attacks, and Team of Saxonbank mastered this to perfection. Rogers and Roach got over the top, and they're now ready to help Contador. They can now help Contador as good as they can. I mean, look at this. They have such a big group up here, and now they can just set the pace. Now Rogers is going to go get supplements, and then Roach can set the pace in the front. I mean, they've got it set up for them. They just need to set up a high pace up here, and they're going to be good for the Haute Camp. Froome is also going to get a VIP pass from this, though, because now Roach and Rogers is going to set the pace. Meanwhile, Contador is going to recuperate. But look at this. They have a VIP pass, but they have 5 minutes down to the GC, guys. I mean, they couldn't have been any better plan from Alberto Contador and company. I mean, they did this to perfection. They knew this was going to happen, and they just performed. I mean, they set out their morning plan strategy, and sometimes it's very tough to get it to succeed, but it definitely did succeed this time. They have isolated the other GC contenders. Meanwhile, Alberto Contador still has 2 guys up here, 3 counting himself as well. So that is just great. Nicholas Roach is currently setting the pace though, but the time gap is going down. The guys are slowly catching up. They're setting a very high pace. Vincenzo Nibali and Rodriguez are working to get back up here now. And what before was a 7-minute gap is is now a 4-minute gap. It's not looking too good for Alberto Contador and Nicholas Roach and Rogers. Oh, sorry, I had to burp right there. They have to do something, though. Rogers is still yet to get repliements. Oh, Rogers, you're not getting the Teammate of the Award, Teammate of the Year award. I mean, they want to set this high pace, but they don't want to burn Roach. Roach is a brilliant uphiller, and Rogers is not exactly on the same level. They don't want to burn Roach, they want to burn Rogers, but Rogers is just not able to set up the pace high enough. I mean, he should be able to already have done this like hours ago, but no, he has not. And the other guys are now catching up. Nibali, Rodriguez, Mom, and these guys are now catching up. The pace isn't high enough up here. They're just not going fast enough, it looks like. This is a shame. They only have 3 minutes now. They were doing a good job before, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna be enough. It just doesn't, like, 3 minutes here is probably not enough when you had 7 minutes before. But Contador and Froome are both recuperating now, and they can probably attack later, so it's looking good for them now. And now Rogers can go to the front. It looks like Rogers finally got the repliements they needed, and now Rogers is going to turn on his engine. Now he's going to try to create the separation on the downhill. The uphill was performed to perfection, but the downhill lacked. But when you have Vincenzo Nibali pacing you down, I bet you're gonna lose time. You're definitely gonna lose time. That's just how it is. Vincenzo Nibali, one of the best downhills known to man, and he's just showing why that is. He already caught 5 minutes out of 7 on this downhill already, but catching this many minutes on the downhill is going to hurt him, because on the uphill, on the ascent to a hotter cam, how is he going to pull this off? I mean, it's going to be quite tough, and it looks like we might have guys getting dropped. Yes, Rodriguez has attacked away from Nibali and Valverde, and these guys can't work together. This is why you need teammates in the front, and actually, Valverde has Giovanni Visconti up here. They should think about bringing back Visconti to help Valverde, but they're not doing it. But, this, once again, I gotta say this again, the scene is set. Alberto Contador still has Roach for the hotter cam, meanwhile, Rogers is setting a nice pace, making sure that Nibali, Rodriguez, and the other guys just have to stay away, and they've got less than 5 kilometers to the foot of the hotter cam, where we'll see Froome and Contador duke it out. But can Contador drop Froome? That is the big question. He needs to drop Froome and get a lot of time on him if he wants to win the Tour de France 2014. That's just how it is. He needs to get a minute on today's stage. Can he do it though? That is the big question. But look at Rogers. I spoke before about him not getting Teammate of the Year award, but look at this. He's setting such a high pace in the front, doing such a good job for Alberto Contador and company. And look at these guys. They've gotten a free ride for the entire day, and it's not stopping now. But when Alberto Contador is going to start setting the pace, you're going to feel it, and you're not going to have a fun day. You might have had a free day all the way up here, but when Alberto Contador and Christopher Froome hits the front, you are definitely going to feel it. I mean, you're not going to be happy about this, but here they go. They have now hit the what's it called, the hotter cam. They have now hit hotter cam, and they're getting ready for this. It is now Froome versus Contador. Everybody's eyes will be fixed onto Froome versus Contador, and they've already gone to the front now. They're now accelerated. They're getting ready to do something. Breezeville, you and Jose Mendes are both trying to accelerate, and they're getting a gap. Actually, they're getting a tiny gap. They're getting a tiny gap up there now, but Contador and Froome, they're both isolated again. I guess Contador's not isolated, but they're together. But there goes Froome. Froome is the first one to attack. But Alberto Contador still has Roach. He's going to utilize Roach before Roach is done. But Froome has now gotten a gap. He's just going away. How is that going to work out for him, though? How is that going to work out for him? Alberto Contador is now setting the pace, or at least Roach is setting the pace. Roach is doing such a good job setting the pace. Froome is isolated in front. Meanwhile, Alberto Contador is setting his own pace. But this should be the other way around. Alberto Contador is supposed to distance Froome, not the other way around. But it does not look like Alberto Contador is going to be able to distance him, and Roach is done for the day. That is Roach's shift that has ended. Roach now has to try and go to the finish line alone. He's going to have a tough time though. It's not easy just being alone like this out here on the hotter cam, but it looks like Alberto Contador is going to catch up to Froome now, and he needs to find somehow to go past Froome, because currently he's struggling. Froome looks like he's in form, and he's ready to win Tour de France to fail away, and he looks like he's in form, but how is this going to work out for Alberto Contador? He is now catching up. He can see his wheel, but he's not quite up there yet, and with 8 kilometers to go, Alberto Contador has to up the pace quite a lot, because he has to drop Froome. Somehow he has to drop Froome, and I just don't see it. The way they've been racing so far, Froome looks like he's on form. And yes, there he goes again. Froome accelerates once again, and he looks like he is in form. He goes off again, and Alberto Contador is not able to follow this pace. Alberto Contador now has a 20-second gap up to Christopher Froome. This is going to be the GC battle of the year. Christopher Froome versus Alberto Contador. Who's going to be the worthy winner of the yellow jersey? I think it's going to be looking like it's actually Christopher Froome. But no, Froome slows down now. Froome might have accelerated too much. Alberto Contador is catching up to him now. And with 6 kilometers kilometers to go. There's still some steep part left on the Hautacam. It's long from over. Froome is now getting caught by Alberto Contador. They're gonna go side by side again, but I expect Froome to attack as soon as Alberto Contador catches up to him. That's just the way that Froome has been riding the Hautacam so far. Are they gonna beat Bjarne Riis's record of the Hautacam? That is also the question. But meanwhile, down to Vincenzo Nibali. Nibali is losing 6 minutes on today's stage. This is the worst nightmare he could ever have. He's losing so much time. But side by side is Alberto Contador and Chris Froome, who's gonna be this year's winner of the Tour de France. It looks like Christopher Froome can't be shaken off. It looks like Christopher Froome is just too much of a beast. Christopher Froome is ready, but no, he was actually struggling there for a second. We saw him struggling, and here is the toughest part of the day. This is the way you can create separation, and there goes Contador. Contador has lost Froome. Contador is leaving Froome with 2.5 kilometers to go. Can he create a gap? It looks like he is. He has 10 seconds right now, and the tables have turned. Alberto Contador is leaving Christopher Froome behind, and with 2 kilometers to go, he has to get as much time as possible, and he is going. Alberto Contador can smell victory. He can smell the yellow jersey. He can smell the Tinkoff's huck at the end. Can he do it though? Alberto Contador has now got 25 seconds on Christopher Froome. Can he do it? It's 1 kilometer to go. Alberto Contador, keep up the pace. Alberto Contador is going to take the stage victory, but he's going to try to keep as much time on Christopher Froome as possible. He's now sprinting. He's going for the line. He's got 28 seconds, 32 seconds. It is not enough to take the yellow jersey. He has to do a better time trial than Froome. 2 days from now, he has to do a better time trial than Christopher Froome. Can he do that? The task sounds impossible, but so did it. It sounded impossible today just to take the victory, but it worked out for them. I mean, it worked out to perfection. We see, oh, actually, here comes Roach. He's gonna come into 3rd place. It looks like they got 1st and 3rd on the stage today. And here's Rogers. He's in the group with Gautier, Mornard, and the rest of these guys. Who is it down here? Is Mikel Niv. But see, where can we see the other guys? Porter sitting here, Mollema sitting here, Nibali, Peru, and these guys are sitting here. 7 minutes behind. Rodriguez is coming in like 5 minutes behind. 6 minutes behind. 6 minutes 15 behind. Who else is coming in now? Alejandro Valverde is coming in now. This is just crazy, guys. We'll see some of the biggest shakeups ever in a stage. Here's Alejandro Valverde. Kwiatkowski finishes now. Richie Porter's gonna finish. He's most likely gonna go out of top 10. Jose Mendes and Rogers are both finishing now. They were staying a high pace. Rogers really helped out Contador in today's stage, doing just a brilliant work. He really did good work today. Here's Rafael Maika also doing a brilliant work today. I just can't believe this. So, okay, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the next standings we'll see. So, Christopher Froome is going to be still in the 1st place. Alberto Contador took 32 seconds on him in today's stage. So, Alberto Contador is going to be 18 seconds behind Froome in the time trial. So, 18 seconds behind. Oh, it's going to be tough. Can Alberto Contador take 18 seconds on the time trial? It's a 52-kilometer time trial as far as I know, but it's hilly. It's definitely hilly, so it can suit Alberto Contador. If it was completely flat, it would feature Froome, it would suit Froome more. But it also looks like Rodriguez is going to he's going to move to 3rd place now. Oh, well, it's going to be close, but we'll see you at the podiums, guys. We'll end the podcast here, or the broadcast. Alberto Contador getting his 2nd victory of the Tour de France. He got 31 seconds on Froome, so yes, he will have to find 19 seconds somewhere on the time trial stage, or even the flat stage. We might see them to do something. Nicholas Roach finishing in 3rd place. What a great job by Tinkoff Saxonbank, getting 1st and 3rd in today's stage. And yes, just look at this top 10. What the actual F? Christopher Froome, 1st place. 2nd place, Contador, okay, 19 seconds. But 3rd place is 7 minutes behind. Hautacam, the scene was set, the film was shot, and it was a hit, guys! What a stage, what an amazing stage. Let's take a look. The green jersey, of course, it's on Peter Sagan's shoulders. It's been like since stage 2, and he's going to be keeping this for quite a while. I actually think that Peter Sagan had this jersey from stage 1, because technically Cavendish's were there, but he got 2nd place. So I think actually Peter Sagan had to be wearing it from stage 1. That's got to be some sort of record that he's got to be wearing this from stage 1 to like stage 21. Alberto Contador is in the Pogular jersey. I made the prediction to say the guy winning today's stage was going to win the Grand Tour, the Tour de France to Philly away. It looks impossible for Alberto Contador to beat Froome on a time trial, but we've seen stranger things, like people getting 7 minutes on the GC when you're not supposed to get 7 minutes on a GC on like stage like this. Well, what the heck? Oh, Kwiatkowski extended his lead in the white jersey by 12 minutes down to Pinot, 15 minutes to Bardet. Marquez in fifth place, Reichenbach in fourth, and then all the other guys are just irrelevant in this jersey, on this classification. Let's take a look at the team classification, because Tinkoff Saxonbank must have moved up after today's stage, because that changed a lot. Yes, Tinkoff Saxonbank, as a matter of fact, is actually in third place. Holy crap. But Sky, solid first place. There's no rock in Sky of this jersey, it looks like. Sky is going to do a really good job. I mean, they have Richie Port, they have Mikkel Nieve, they have Sandio, they have Kirienka, they have Froome. It's just too strong of a team, but let's see how many guys abandoned today's stage, because I bet you the time gap was the time limit was tough to make. But actually, only 2 guys abandoned. There was Anademar and Bernard Jarrier abandoned today's stage. They didn't make the timing gap. That kind of that's sad for the Champs-Élysées. You want to see as many big sprinters make it as possible. They just didn't. Nicolas Roche moved up into 15th place after today's shenanigans, and he could actually move into top 10 if he does a 10-minute time trial, which I highly doubt. But the scene is set again. Once again, the sequel is gonna come out. This was Christopher Froome versus Alberto Contador Part 1. Now the sequel is coming out in 2 days' time. We're gonna have the Bergerac Perguerque stage, or Perguerque stage. It's not that flat, but it's quite hilly. We could definitely see quite the battle here. It's history in the making, guys. Make sure you get in on it. I still can't believe this. I can't believe this. I said in the intro that this stage would go down in tour history, and I think it does. I've never seen anyone do this before. Actually, I lie. Andy Schleck did this 1 year to get rid of the other competitors on Col du Tourmalet, and once again we see Col du Tourmalet being used as a springboard for the other GC contenders, but Froome was awake. But Nibali, Rodriguez, and Valverde and company weren't. Alberto Contador and these guys took so much time in today's stage. Alberto Contador, Nicolas Roche, and Christopher Froome taking so much time to today's stage. Now the big question is, who's going to take the yellow jersey? Is it going to be Christopher Froome, or is it going to be Alberto Contador? It's going to be very close. Alberto Contador has 3 stages left to make his mark. He's got a flat stage with Coetzee Echelons. He's got a time trial. Maybe the polka dot jersey gives wings. It might be like a discount version of the yellow jersey. And of course, we have the Champs-Élysées, where anything can happen if you just put your mind into it. It's going to be a very close Tour de France, guys. Please leave a like, please leave a comment. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the full broadcast. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We only do it once here.